Hello and welcome back. So today we will talk about a new topic, that is window handle or tab handle. This window handle or the tab handle is very important in Selenium because while writing automation, we come across many test cases where we need to navigate to the other tab or maybe open a new URL on a new window. Sometimes we need to click on a URL, whereas that URL will take you to another tab. So this kind of handling of tab or window is very important, right, to fulfill the test case. So this I'm going to do with the help of Selenium 4, not in Selenium 3. The handling of tab or window in Selenium 4 is much easier than Selenium 3. Okay, so the Selenium 4 has given a new command or new API to handle this particular tab or window. So the goal of this tutorial is to show you how to handle the window or the tab. I'll be showing you how to open a new URL in a new tab, or also I'll be showing you how to open a new URL in a separate window. Okay. So before that, let me just show you one example. Let me just take you to this particular website. This is linkedin.com. So I'll be explaining one quick example. So let's imagine this is the URL. So now you have a test case to open another URL that on a particular tab, on a different tab. Okay. This is my first tab where I have linkedin.com, but I want to open another URL on a different tab. Okay, let's take another example. Let's say I want to open another URL on a different tab. Okay, that is my third tab. This kind of handling is possible with the help of Selenium, but in Selenium 4 we have better way of handling this. So imagine you want to open this URL on a different window itself, not in a different tab. Okay, as you can see, we have now one Chrome open, right? Let's say I want to open this URL on a different window. That means new window, this window. Okay, so I'm to open here. So that means I have now this window as well as this window. Okay, so this handling of window is also possible in Selenium, but in Selenium 4 we have a better way of handling this. So what is the betterment in Selenium 4 to handle this tab in Windows? Okay, so that I'll be explaining you now. Okay, to explain these concepts much better way, let me create a class. Okay, so this is my project and this is a Maven project. Basically I can show you the Selenium version here. It is 4.3.0. I'm using Selenium 4. So now let me create a class here. So here I'm going to give the class name as tab window handles. Okay, so I'm going to create this in proper testng format. I'm going to use testng annotation here. So you can watch my previous videos on testng if you have not. So here I'm going to give the method name as public void verify tab window. Okay, so here let me import the testng notation here, and then here I'm going to basically I have to set up the Chrome driver as well as my driver instance. Okay, so I already have that code. Okay, I have explained those codes in my previous tutorials. So let me use those from here, and I'll be putting it here. Okay, so now as you can see run and debug option because I'm using Maven project. In normal Java project you will not get this run and debug option. For that you have to use the Maven project. As you can see the Maven dependencies. So here I have to basically let me give WebDriver. Okay, so let me import the WebDriver also. Now what I'm going to do is, as I was telling, that I'm going to achieve the goal to open a new URL in a new tab and open a new URL in a separate window. Okay, so this is my first tab. So here you can see this is linkedin.com. Then I'll go to this tab and then I'll go to this particular tab as well. Then also I'll be opening this URL in a new separate window. Okay, so now as you can see I'm using WebDriver manager. Okay, I'm not using the system.set property. Then I have created the instance for this Chrome driver class by giving the reference to the WebDriver. Okay, so here I have to change the URL because I am going to show this example in linkedin.com. So now let me change the URL here. So this is my LinkedIn URL. From this particular tab I'm going to navigate my driver to another tab, right? This is my different tab. Okay, now if I run this code, it will open linkedin.com. Okay, it will open this particular website. Okay, so it means that my driver instance is currently on this particular page, on this particular first page. Okay, but my test case is to open google.com URL also on a different tab. Okay, for that, what I have to do is, since my driver instance is on the first page, so basically I have to switch that particular driver instance to this particular tab. Otherwise, my Selenium WebDriver will not be able to interact. Okay, so the reason is because I am going to open the URL in a different tab, not on the same tab. Okay, so for that I'm going to write a new line of code. Okay, let's see that code now. So now let me use driver dot switch. Okay, we have switch, driver dot switch to. Okay, then we have something called new window. This is the new command given in Selenium 4. So this new command is not available in Selenium 3. Okay, so as you can see that it creates a new browser window and switches the focus for future commands of this driver to the new window. Okay, so in Selenium 3, since it was not available, to achieve this particular thing, we had to write a lot of extra code. In Selenium 3, it is required to handle the switch by using window handle. Okay, so we had to write, it is required to write extra lines of code. That is again time consuming thing. Okay, but in Selenium 4, it is very easy, straightforward. We can just use this particular new window command given in Selenium 4. Okay, so here we have to use window type. Okay, so this window type will give the enum type. So basically it tells that to which kind of window you want to switch the driver. Okay, whether you want to switch it to the tab or window. Okay, so for example, let me just type here dot and you get option called tab. Okay, it means that basically your driver will switch from this tab to this tab. Okay, that's why the window type enum is dot tab. Okay, now since my driver has moved from here to this tab, I can write the next line of code. That is, I need to call that driver.get. Okay, what is that URL? Google.com, right? Okay, so my driver is now not available here, it is available here. Okay, now let me run the code. It will open linkedin.com. So it is opening linkedin.com. Okay, so after that it is opening a new tab with the URL google.com. So which means that this code is particularly working fine. Okay, this code is working fine. So this is the code to get linkedin.com on this particular uh, browser, on this particular tab. Then again I have changed the driver from this tab to this tab. So it has gone the driver from this tab to this tab and it is opening google.com on a particular tab, a different tab. So now my driver is available on this particular tab, right? In Selenium 3, it is not possible to basically use the same driver instance and handle the windows or tab. Okay, you have to create separate driver instance for each of the activities. Okay, now let us go further and try to open the other URL. Okay, I'll be opening another URL. Okay, basically on this third tab. So let me just show you that. Okay, for that, let me just again switch the driver to the next one. So here I'll be using a different URL that is going to be my crickinfo.com. Okay, so here I'm going to change the URL now. Now let me close this and I'll be running the code now again. Now I'm running the code. Okay, so as you can see, it is running and it is basically opening and opening in a different tab again. So my driver has switched from this one to this one. Again, it is opening ESPN Cricinfo. Yeah. So as you can see, my test is pass here. Now what I will do is, so this particular URL, right? This is on a different tab as of now. So I want to open this URL not on a particular tab, but I want to open this URL on a different window itself. Okay, a different window like this I want to open. So for that I have to do, basically I'm trying to explain this part. Now I want to achieve this particular part. I want to open this new URL in a separate window, not on a tab basically. Okay, so for that, so I will quickly remove this. This is not required. So here what I have to do is I have to pass the window type as window. Okay, so now this driver instance will basically move from that particular tab. It will move from this particular tab. Currently it is up to this stage, it is on this particular tab, right? But as soon as I have used switch to window tab.window, then it will transfer that particular driver instance from that particular tab to a new window. Okay, so now let me show you without the URL first. Okay, I'll just run this code. You can see the difference. So now it is going to launch the linkedin.com, then it is opening google.com on a different tab. Now here it is going to open a new window itself. See, this is the new blank window. Okay, so this means that this is basically invoking and opening a new window. Okay, so since I am in the new window now, I can use driver.get and pass that particular URL. Okay, what is the URL? We have the URL espn.com. So now let me pass this URL here and I will run the code. Okay, now let me close this and I will run the code now, and you can see the difference. So opening LinkedIn, again going to google.com on a different tab. Now it will open the ESPN Crick info on a particular window itself. Okay, so now you see this is a new window. Now the test is completed. Okay, so basically if you see here, it is one window and we have another window here, separate window, because I have used two things here. One is for tab, one is for window handle. So this is a very simple way of handling the tab and window in Selenium 4. Earlier in Selenium 3, we had to write a lot of extra code. So this is pretty much easier in Selenium 4. So this is the betterment in Selenium 4 for the tab and window handle concept. Okay. But again, on this particular concepts, there are much more to understand. For example, let me make it tab itself for now. So let's do one thing. Here I'll be closing the browser manually because I have not used driver quit or close. So here I will use, let's say, driver dot close. Okay, now if I run this code, it will close this particular tab. Okay, now let's see that. So this is going to run LinkedIn again and opening google.com, then it will open ESPN Crick info. After that it will close the particular tab. Okay, so this has closed the particular tab because I have used driver.close. So once the driver is closed for that particular tab, what will happen if I want to run some other activities, some other test cases on my previous tab on google.com? Since my driver was on the particular third tab, the ESPN Quick Info tab, but that is closed now with the help of driver.close. So what will happen if I have to come back to google.com and execute some of my test cases? I mean basically in my previous tab. So on that concept I'll be creating a separate topic. Okay, so I'll be showing some test cases in that particular video. So basically we have understood the Selenium 4 tab and window handle concept. So we have been able to launch this URL in a different tab, as well as we are successful in launching the URL in a separate window also. So that's all for this topic. I hope you have understood this topic, and if you have any questions, any doubts, please drop those in the comment section. And if you have not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. I'll be creating more and more important videos on Selenium. We will connect in the next topic. So thanks for watching.